everyone. It is Tuesday, August 9th, 2022. A day after August 8th, 2022. I point that out because it was 3 years ago, August 8th, that I was originally diagnosed. And it's also Lion's Gate, which is a huge astrological portal. Just wanted to acknowledge that. I am on my way to Camille's, my energy medicine person, which I always look forward to, because on her table I feel like I'm floating and, total peace. But I did want to acknowledge that yesterday, dear sweet Olivia Newton-John crossed the veil, and she truly was an inspiration to me. People say that she lost her, quote unquote, lost her battle, 30-year battle. We need to stop that. We need to stop seeing that we lost or this or that, this battle. I know it can feel like we're battling this dis-ease, but I don't see it that way. Cells are our cells, and they're a part of us, and they're there for a reason to help us awaken. I know some of you may not feel that way, and that's okay, but that's firmly what I believe. And so I've, this condition, this experience has brought so much awakening and healing to me on every level that, it's bittersweet, because it's hard. Extremely hard. I've said it before, as an athlete, I've challenged myself in many ways, but of course nothing's challenged me like this. But it's also, as you know, has awakened me on so many levels that, I've shared a little bit about, but we'll share more, I'm sure, in a book one day, for sure. It's profound stuff. So anyway, but I just want to get back to Olivia Newton-John, and that, as I said in my post yesterday on Facebook, she didn't lose her battle, she mastered it. She lived 30 years. I think that would be pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing. And she was very open about her journey. And it's weird. There's a 777. That's not what's weird. But I'm just acknowledging 777. That's symbolic for me. But anyway, that 777 was on a license plate. But what's interesting is my mom and I were just literally talking about her on Sunday, because Mom had sent me an article about her just like a few days prior. So Olivia was in our sphere, and I remember saying to Mom on Sunday, I said, God, I would just love to, because she lives in either Santa Barbara or San Ynez, I forget. And Mom she's met her in the health food store in Buellton a few years ago, and had a good conversation with her, and people that I know in the San Ynez Valley, and connected with her, of course. And I was just like, I just would love, I said to my mom, I just would love to talk to her about her journey, having no idea that the very next day, she would be finding her wings. And I just feel that that's very significant, no matter what, that we were with her in spirit, feeling her spirit, that we were talking about her. And what a beautiful human being. And I also posted on Facebook that in 2000, I went to Australia for 5 weeks and backpacked for the Olympics. And one of my dreams was to be at the opening ceremony, and how the universe worked it out. I got a ticket the day before the opening ceremony, September 15th, 2000, And to be in that stadium was a highlight of my life. I was in tears the whole time, just for many reasons. It was so beautiful. The Olympics are something I've always loved. The unity of the world. If you've never been in Olympic City, it's like magical. It's magical. It's colorful. It's alive. It's unity. It's peace. It's people coming together from all over the world. It's just such a... Anyway, so that was one of my dreams, was to go to Australia for the Olympics and backpack, and I did that. And I ended up in that stadium for opening ceremony because I never lost faith in my dream. And somehow it happened. The day before, they announced that they had extra tickets, and I stood in line at 5 in the morning and ended up there. But my point in saying that is Olivia Newton-John sang at the opening ceremony the song Dare to Dream. How appropriate. Dare to Dream. And I feel it's very significant at this time in my life because I started with the Joe Dispenza study this morning, the 3-month study that I've been accepted to. In his newsletter back in June, he put out a notice that he was going to be conducting a study, a healing study, remote healing study for active cancer patients. And obviously I qualified and I got accepted, and I'm thrilled to death. And this morning at 9:45 was the meditation that they sent me, and that his trained meditators from around the world they had a picture of me. I had to send a picture of me and my vibrant, healthy, alive self. And I had to tell them what my overall goal was to be living beyond cancer, cancer-free, living my adventurous life, continuing on. And so that was the vision they were holding for me. And I have to say, it was for an hour, hearing him with this personal meditation for me, or for those of us in this study, as I laid on my bed, I just was in tears, just imagining these people I don't even know in the world that have signed up to, to serve in this way. People that I don't know, and wherever they are, and that they know who I am, and that their pure intention in that moment is to hold that vision. And Joe's had some pretty miraculous stuff happen in his studies, and the power of meditation in terms of the quantum physics field, the field of energy where there's infinite possibilities. And he's the greatest teacher of how to manifest, how to change our consciousness and manifest in this physical realm. So it was very moving, and I know a lot of my family and friends were in their own homes doing their own meditation, holding the space for me this morning, and that is just powerful and meaningful. And for those of you who continue to pray, and however you're serving, I mean, we're all connected energetically, and it just is very, very meaningful to me. And I just want to thank you. And there's a 33 on a license plate. Right, Horse? Hi, Horse. She's like, yep, I was there too. I'm always there, she says. But I just wanted to share that, so thank you. I just feel like I'm in this state of gratitude. And, one of the things that Joe said at the end of his meditation before he just played this incredibly inspiring music, he said, allow yourself to be worthy to receive this kind of pure consciousness and love. had a really major awakening a week and a half ago when I was doing one of his meditations. I realized that, he's all about manifesting, and you have to envision, feel. He said, a focused thought, a focused vision coupled with an elevated emotion is what our cells respond to. And, I was actually doing that back when I was 20 years old already. I didn't even know what I was doing, but I was, reading books about manifesting your dreams, and, You Can Have It All by Arnold Patent, and Miracles by Stuart Wilde. And, when I was in Minnesota, imagining and dreaming about being in California with Little Miss, I mean, from the logical mindset, that seemed like a tall order. I'm this 20-year-old kid from small town Minnesota, believing that I could be in California. I didn't know anybody at the time. A lot of you know my story, but that I also imagined Miss here, and I didn't have a job. I didn't know anybody, and I had to take out a $2,000 loan. But I was imagining every day back in Minnesota, as scary as it was. I didn't want to leave my family, my lake, my animals, but I was imagining it. I knew I had to. My heart was calling me. And long story short, I could see it and I could feel it. And I could feel it every day. And it all happened. It manifested in a way that even more magical than I can ever imagine. And one of my favorite authors, Richard Bach, who wrote one of my favorite books, Illusions, The Adventures of a Reluctant Messiah, he talks about in there how, imagine your life is amazing, whatever it is, and then know that the is, that God, the divine, has imagined it even more magical and miraculous. And that's exactly what happened for me, and has happened for me in so much of my life. And I've lived a magical life, and I continue to. But what I realized, this is what I got aware of, and this is where our deep, subconscious beliefs get in there, and we inherit this stuff from families, generations, society. Nobody to blame here, just kind of what we're all in this human collective consciousness of limitation, that we're not taught of the infinite possibilities. That isn't a regular teaching from when we're little and should be. We are so powerful, and yet we are taught that we aren't. And we believe that stuff. As kids, we come in, we're wide open, connected to the divine, and then we slowly get programmed to believe that we're less than that. And that's where our struggles begin in this life. I really believe that firmly. And so, anyway, what was I going to say about that? Oh, I realized last week in a meditation that I didn't know if I was, because I've lived, I feel like the first 50 years of my life before I was diagnosed, I lived a very magical life. I had dreams, I manifested them, I traveled, I've done a lot, I've created a lot, but I've risked a lot. I risked buying into the beliefs of society that said, no, that's not possible, no. I just kept believing that it was, and going with my heart. And life is magical when we allow that. Anyway, so I realized last week that I didn't know if I was worthy of asking for more in this life. I mean, is that crazy or what? I didn't know if I was worthy of more in this life. Like, God, Lisa, are you being greedy, asking for more? Like, you've already had a great 50 years, really. Not that I didn't have my challenges, we all do. And that's part of what cancer has awakened me to, is these beliefs of where we kind of hold ourselves back and hold Anyway, so that was a huge awakening, that I couldn't see myself beyond cancer because I was not sure if I was worthy of it. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, because I think, oh God, I had the most magical, idyllic fairy tale relationship with my horse, Little Miss. I've had, you know, just so much magic in my life. And but to think that somewhere deep down that it's interesting how we see ourselves, you know, like I didn't really see myself as being accomplished, you know, in all the things that I've done. I saw myself more of what I hadn't accomplished and where I perceived that I failed. And this is so true for so many of us, is that it doesn't even matter like what we've done in this world, in this life, if we are seeing ourselves not in that light and seeing what we are not doing or what we're failing to do or what we, you know, these expectations that we put for ourselves, and then, you know, we don't meet our own expectations and we have these high standards. I'm speaking for myself, of course, this overachiever, Lisa Breezy, like where that comes from. Anyway, you know, the human psyche is so deep and complex, and yet it's very simple. But, you know, where do we get these beliefs? And again, it's just inherited from a collective consciousness of our society. Thousands of years of believing that we are small human beings, limited. And yet we use what percentage of our brain? 10%, maybe even less. Like, are you kidding me? There's more here, so much more. And I admit that this is what I've committed my life to way back in my teenage years. Like, I was like, if we're only using this part of our brain, like, what happens when we blow that thing wide open? You know, and that's what I feel enlightenment is lifting ourselves beyond, getting in touch with where we are limiting ourselves in our beliefs. We don't even realize that we're carrying these beliefs. Where did they come from? Where did we inherit them from? But we carry it in its energetic weight, and it holds us down, and it holds us back, and it dims our light. So that's the awakening that I've been going through in the last week and a half. It's like, wow, Lisa, you weren't really knowing if you deserved to live beyond this. What in the world? But hello. Yes, I am worthy of it. Yes, I am deserving of it. Yes, I am worthy of having another relationship with a horse that's just as magical. Miss, that isn't taking away from what Miss and I had. Heck no. We got books to write, right, horse? And she's right there with me, you know, like our loved ones who cross, I firmly believe that they don't want us to be wallowing. They want us to be celebrating. They want us to be, you know, if we're still here on this planet in this body, we're here to enjoy it. We're here to seize the day, find the joy in every moment. You know, even my dad, God bless him, he called me last week. He has an offer to go play music in Mexico at a music festival in September. But he was feeling a little guilty about, you know, here I'm going through this, and he's, you know, feeling guilty about the possibility of him enjoying his life. And I said, he called me, got, you know, so special, called me to talk about it. And I said, oh my God, Dad, I would never, what's going to make my heart sing? And if we're all connected, I would never want you to hold back. What would make my heart sing, what would make healing happen for me, joy, is seeing you do something that you love. Like, we're all connected. Like, how could that not be an amazing thing? And so I encouraged him, and he's like, really? Yes, really, Dad. You need to go. When life, that's what this is. Life gives us these opportunities these doors, and how, we often close them because we don't believe we're worthy of it, or we got all these reasons why we can't, and it's just a bunch of BS. Just a bunch of BS. If we're on this planet, we're here to enjoy it, to maximize it, and yes, there's crap that goes on in this world, and that sucks, and none of us like that, but we don't help the world out of its sorrow by joining in the sorrow. No, we don't help the world that way. We help the world by finding our joy, and because that is the vibration that we put out there as a collective consciousness, and that means that we all have the opportunity to tap into that. And that's what this experience with Joe Dispenza and this meditation study is about. And I'm just like so honored and blessed and filled with gratitude and humility, and it's just, and I'm owning it. I'm owning it that on some level I created this, I brought this to me, and I'm tired of, for myself, downplaying the things that I have created, in that I've allowed myself to be open to it, and I didn't say, no, that's not possible. If we say it's not possible, then guess what? It's not possible. But if we at least leave ourselves open for the possibility that it's possible, well, guess what? Then it's possible. And as Joe says, in the quantum field of quantum physics, there's infinite potentials, and it's energy. And we tune into what is the potential that we desire in this life. So that's been my story. That's where I'm at right now. I'm just blessed to be a part of this all. I'm blessed to have all of you a part of my journey. It's very moving for me. And just on another note, I've done, in very practical terms, I've done 2 chemo sessions, liquid healing, on Fridays. I do 3 Fridays on, 1 Friday off. I've done 2, and ironically, I'm feeling better with chemo, knock on wood. But I'm blessed. I bless it all. I bless it all. It's all, if we're going to see it as toxic, then again, the power that we infuse is based on our thinking. And if we're going to see it as toxic, then how is that helping? How is that helping my body? It's not. I focus on blessing it, and that my body can take what it needs from it and let the rest go. And I focus on those people, those human beings that wanted to help cancer and went into cancer research and, came up with, chemo. We just have to see it that way. We have to see it, because if we see it as toxic, then we're creating separation. That isn't wholeness. That isn't healing. We just have to bless everything. We have to bless everything, and we have to see that, yes, there is darkness in this world. There's dark consciousness, but nothing surpasses the light. The light is always there, and we just have to tune into the light frequency and not so much the dark. And so we get a choice in every moment of how we want to see ourselves and things that are happening in life. All right. This is another long update, but I'm a Gemini. I got lots to talk about, lots of books to write. So anyway, and I love my hair, and my hair may be leaving in a couple of weeks from chemo, so we'll see. And that sucks, but it's hair, and it's gonna grow back. So anyway, I love you all. I just wanted to let you know where I am with all of this and the current update. And I just want to bless Olivia Newton-John and thank her for her incredible inspiration and what she's given to the world that has brought so much of us so much joy. All right. We heal our heart, we heal the world. I'm sticking to it. Love you. Bye.